The Marvel Universe we know today, the billion-dollar movies, the global icons, the video games, the multiversal stories, it all started with Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, and Steve Ditko in a tiny small cluttered office in New York City, 1961. This was just the birth of a company. It was the big bang of the Marvel Universe. Before the Avengers assembled, before the X-Men stood together for the first time, there were only a few characters and stories that changed the world forever. So I welcome you to the Great Comic Hunt. We have set a monumental task to read, review, and hunt down every Marvel comic book from the 1960s to present day. So let's dive right into where it all started, 1961 through 1962. Marvel Comics released the first issue of the Fantastic Four, Tales to Astonish issue 27, featuring the first appearance of Hank Pym, also known as Ant-Man, the first issue of The Incredible Hulk, Amazing Fantasy issue number 15, featuring the first appearance of Spider-Man, Journey into Mystery issue number 83, introducing the mighty Thor, and Strange Tales issue 101, starring the Human Torch. These 6 titles are the stories that started it all, the legends of a new era and the very beginning of the Marvel Universe we know today. To truly understand this journey, we have to go beyond the covers and inside the pages, from the very first transformation of the Hulk to the debut of the Amazing Spider-Man. Let's see how these legends were built issue by issue. So we are headed back to the very beginning, the year the world met the first family of comics, the Fantastic Four. So let's dive into the 9 legendary issues that started it all. Issue number 1, we witness 4 explorers blast into space and get hit by cosmic rays. Returning home forever changed, they decide to use their new powers to protect mankind. This is where the Marvel Age officially begins, and we get our first appearance of Mole Man. Issue number 2, we see our heroes face their first alien threat, the Skrulls. Shapeshifters that try to frame the team, forcing the FF to prove they are the world's greatest protectors. Issue number 3, the Fantastic Four face off against the Miracle Man and his monsters. This is also a huge milestone as we get to see the iconic blue suits and the legendary Fantastic Car. The team finally has the look we all know and love today. Issue 4, a legend returns. We witness the reintroduction of Namor, the Submariner. He is the king of the sea with a major grudge against humanity, sparking one of Marvel's longest-running rivals. Issue number 5, we get the first appearance of Victor Von Doom. With his iron mask and a time machine, he immediately becomes the greatest villain of comic history. Issue number 6, Dr. Doom and Namor join forces. It's the first great supervillain team-up. They launch the team's headquarters into outer space as they fight for their lives. Issue number 7, we follow the team on a wild sci-fi adventure to a dying world. This issue proves that the Fantastic Four are more than just superheroes. They are cosmic explorers. Issue number 8, we meet the Puppet Master, who uses mind-controlling clay to turn the Thing against his own family. It's an emotional battle that shows how tight the team really is. Issue 9, we finish the 1962 with the team going broke. We see them head to Hollywood to make a movie, only to find Namor is the one pulling the strings behind the camera as he tries to take down the Fantastic Four. 9 issues in, and the foundation was set for Marvel's first family. We saw the first suits, the first aliens, and the greatest villain ever, Dr. Doom. Now we're shifting gears to Tales to Astonish. Before this was a superhero book, it was actually a series full of sci-fi monster stories. But in 1962, we see the moment everything changed, as a brand new hero took over the title. So let's dive into the 5 issues that created the Ant-Man. Issue 27, we meet Henry Pym for the first time. In this classic sci-fi tale, he creates a shrinking serum and ends up trapped in an anthill. At first it's a nightmare, but it's actually the spark that starts his hero journey. Issue 35, our second appearance of Hank Pym. He realizes that his shrinking discovery can be used for good. He puts on the iconic cybernetic helmet and officially becomes Ant-Man to stop a group of spies. Issue 36, we follow Ant-Man as he faces his first real supervillain, Comrade X. This issue shows us how Ant-Man uses his abilities to control ants to outsmart enemies that are way bigger than he is. Issue 37, we see things get intense as a villain called the Protector tries to take over a small town. We watch Ant-Man prove that you don't need superhero strength to save the day. You just need the right plan and a few thousand tiny friends. Issue 38, we finish out 1962 with Ant-Man taking on his first true arch-nemesis, the Egghead. We get to see more of Hank Pym's gadgets in action as he's forced into a desperate battle of wits. These 5 issues took us from a science experiment to the birth of a brand new superhero, from the sabotage of spies and the threat of the Protector, to the cutting reveal of Comrade X. Hank Pym proves that he's one of the sharpest minds in Marvel history. Next up, we're looking at a hero who was born from radiation. In 1962, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby gave us a monster that would change comics forever. So let's look into the 4 issues that created the Incredible Hulk. Issue 1. We see the tragic moment it all began. Dr. Bruce Banner runs onto a test site to save a teenager from a gamma explosion, but by sunset he transforms into a gray-skinned monster for the first time. Issue 2. This is where we see a huge change. For the first time, the Hulk turns green. We watch him face off against the Toadmen and their massive fleet of spacecraft. It is the first sign that the Hulk's stories are going to be bigger than anything we've seen before. Issue 3. We follow the Hulk as he gets caught in the clutches of the Ringmaster in his circus of crime. This is a wild ride and even shows Rick Jones trying to help the Hulk find his way. We start to see that even a monster needs a friend. Issue number 4. We witness the hunt get serious. General Thunderbolt Ross is determined to stop the Hulk at all costs. In this issue, we see Bruce Banner trying to find a way to control the beast within, while the military closes in from every side. 4 issues of chaos, transformation, and pure power. We've seen the Hulk change from gray to green and face major threats that will hunt him forever. Now we have reached the most important milestone in comic book history. Before he had his own series, a brand new kind of hero made his debut in the final issue of a struggling series called Amazing Fantasy. We are talking about the first appearance of Spider-Man. We see Peter Parker, a shy high school student who is bitten by a radioactive spider. At first he uses his new powers for fame and money, but we witness the tragic moment that changed his life forever. When he fails to stop a thief, it leads to the loss of his Uncle Ben. This issue taught us the most important lesson in the Marvel Universe. With great power, there must also come great responsibility. Only one issue, but it changed the world forever. Spider-Man proved that even a teenager could be a world-class hero. Now we're moving from science and radiation to the world of ancient legend. Journey into Mystery was known for the tales of supernatural, but in 1962, we see the mythological realm open up in 5 issues as the mighty Thor makes his thunderous debut. Issue 83. We meet Dr. Donald Blake, a man who discovers an old wooden cane in a cave while hiding from aliens. When he strikes it against the ground, we witness a miracle. He transforms into legendary Thor for the first time, experiencing incredible powers. Issue 84. The action heats up. We follow Thor as he faces a military threat from a dictator. But the real star is his hammer. We see Thor use his powers to control the weather and prove that no earthly weapon can stand against the power of Asgard. Issue 85. We see the first appearance of Thor's brother Loki, the god of mischief. He escapes his prison in Asgard to bring chaos to Earth, starting a battle between brothers that we are still watching today. Issue 86. We watch Thor take on a scientist from the future. This issue shows us how Thor balances his life as a doctor on Earth and with his responsibilities as a god. It is a classic story of magic clashing with high-tech machinery. Issue 87. We finish with a high-stakes rescue mission. Thor has to head behind enemy lines to save a group of scientists. We see that even with all his power, Thor's greatest strength is his heart and his desire to protect the innocent. These 5 issues brought a god to Earth and introduced us to one of the greatest villains of all time, the mighty Thor and the god of mischief Loki. Last on our list, we see the Human Torch take the spotlight in 3 explosive issues, as he stars in Strange Tales. Known for its bizarre stories, the Human Torch steps out of the team's shadow and proves he can be an independent force all on his own. Issue 101. The Human Torch steps out from the shadow of the Fantastic Four for his first true test. While patrolling a city called Glenview, he encounters a mysterious masked figure calling himself the Destroyer. By forcing Johnny to dismantle a sabotage plot all on his own, this story proves he is capable of standing entirely on his own. Issue 102. The tension peaks with the debut of the Wizard. A brilliant, jealous inventor, the Wizard uses high-tech trickery to frame Johnny for crimes he didn't commit, forcing our hero to fight for his reputation just as much as the public's safety. Issue 103. Finally, we push the boundaries of the Marvel Universe as the Torch crosses into the 5th dimension. He's not just fighting criminals anymore, he's a liberator, saving an entire civilization from collapse. 3 issues, 1 solo hero. The Human Torch proves that the fire wasn't just a part of the team, it was a force capable of burning bright all on its own. And just like that, we've covered 1961 and 1962. We've explored 5 legendary series in 27 issues, watching the universe grow from a single spark into something truly massive. From the birth of new heroes to the shadows of unexpected villains, we've just mapped out the foundation of a new universe. This was just the beginning of our journey through the Marvel Age. We've only scratched the surface. Every one of these issues holds a secret we've yet to touch. If you're ready to dig deeper, like and follow to join the Great Comic Hunt. I'll be breaking down each of these issues in complete detail in upcoming videos. And believe me, the hunt is only getting started.